Alright, so I'm going to smoke a pork roast tomorrow, but today we gotta get it ready. So we're gonna take the pork roast. It's kind of a small pork roast. It's not gonna take long to smoke at all. We're still doing that whole pandemic ordering food thing, so you just kind of take what you get and figure out what to do with it. So, but in any event, I've got some sausage I'm gonna throw in there with it, but I'm gonna take this pork roast, I'm gonna see how fatty the cap is. I may or may not have to trim the cap. I hope I don't, because I hope that would just make it smaller. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna score that up on the fat side, cover it with some mustard, and then put some rub on it tonight, so I can put it in the smoker tomorrow. But I do want it to sit overnight with that rub and just kind of get all happy. So let's get started with that right now. You'll see this cap right here. I'm gonna trim that, or not trim it, I'm just gonna score it. Get the whole thing with the mustard. Ordinarily, I would wrap a regular size roast, like a regular size roaster, but I'll normally get, I need to wrap it in foil. But since this one's so small, I'm just going to use a Ziploc bag. Alright, that'll sit in the fridge overnight and we'll put it on smoke tomorrow. So here we are, day 2. Pork is sitting in the house. I'm fixing to get the smoker kind of started. I'm not a grill expert. I'm not any expert on smoking, grill, or any of that. I just I know I need a little bit of heat and a lot of smoke to make food. That's really all I'm worried about right now. So that's kind of what we're using here. Stand-up thing. Yeah, propane. Use pellets or chips. I'm using wood chips. Like that. Again, I'm using hickory. I was going to use mesquite, but I found that rub I'm using is a bourbon rub, and I wanted to. I think hickory will complement that better than mesquite. All right, so that's all set up. I'm gonna let the smoker get up to about 250, 275, and let some smoke start rolling, and we'll put the pork on. All right, smoker's running. We're at 250. We got smoke going. We're gonna go ahead and put the pork in. I've got some sausage in the fridge that I'm gonna put on way later. I'm expecting this to take about 3 or 4 hours to get the temp. All right, close the door. Basically, I have not cooked a piece of meat this small in a long time. Ordinarily, I would leave this untouched for about 3 or 4 hours, and then I'd come in and check the temp and everything. In this case, I really don't know. I'm gonna leave it untouched for at least 2 hours. Then I'll go ahead and, depending on what the temp it is, I'm gonna have the temp probe in there, show me what temperature the meat is, and I'm basically just gonna let this do its own thing till it gets to about 160, 165. Then I'll pull it out and I'm gonna wrap it with foil and put it back in. I want to get it to about 205 before I serve it. I just don't know how long it's gonna take. But when I rewrap it, I'm gonna go throw some sausage in there. So for right now, it's just gonna do its own thing for a bit. All right, so it's been about right at about 4 hours, and we're up to 162. I am going to take it out, spray it down with some apple cider vinegar, and then wrap it up in foil and put it back in. I've been spraying it with apple cider vinegar about every 30 minutes. But let's take a look and see what we have inside. I have not looked at it. There we go. That's kind of what we have right now. I'm gonna take this out, I'm gonna wrap it, and then I'll put it back in. There's a great little bounce back to it. So, in any event, we're gonna wrap it up and throw it back in. So the meat's at 160. There's the pork right there. It's at 167. I probed it because everything likes to be probed, and we've sprayed it down with apple cider vinegar and wrapped it with aluminum foil. It's gonna go back in. It's gonna stay there until it gets about 200, 205 ish. But for now, I went ahead and put in some sweet Italian and some extra hot Italian sausage. And I'm purposely putting the sausage on top because I want those drippings to go down. But anyway, so here's where we're at now. I'm gonna close it back up. Like I said, we're at 167, and we'll come check on it in a couple hours again. All right, so we got to temp we needed. So what we got here? Got the temp we needed. So check it out. Oh yeah, babe. Look at them sausages. And there's our little porky pork with the probe still hanging out. He's still being probed. Look at that. He's being probed. And we got some sausages. All the sausages. So then pull this off. We'll let it get it inside. We'll let it rest for 30 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and see what we got. All right, so pulled it out 30 minutes ago. It's been resting. It's been a good little piece of pig. It's been resting nicely. So we're gonna go ahead and pull it and start making some sandwiches. Oh yeah. Gotta give a piece to the wifey.
Tender juicy. Tender and juicy like your thighs.
What's that? Oh, I think it's on the street stuff recording. Oh, no, it isn't. I thought I stuff recording. Alright, just pop him right out. There we go. Yes, I have Wolverine claws. That's kind of what we're left with after we pull it. Actually made a little bit more meat than I thought it would. That was surprisingly not as small as I thought, piece of meat as I thought it was going to be. So there we go. Just gonna make some sandwiches real quick. First thing I'm gonna do for the sandwich is go ahead and toast the buns. Yeah. For toppings, we thought we got coleslaw and some pickled red onion that I made yesterday. So, and some onion, some new barbecue sauce. It's called Fire and Smoke. I'm guessing it's good. All right, for the sandwich assembly, we just did the pulled pork on a toasted brioche bun with some coleslaw on top and the pickled red onions, and don't forget the barbecue sauce. I used the fire and smoke, but I think the kids went with the Sweet Baby Ray's, and I believe my wife went with the same thing that I did. But anyway, the world is your oyster. The best thing about sandwiches, just like a lot of other foods, is you make them how you want them. You guys enjoy, and I hope I showed a interesting way to do the pulled pork. It didn't require a whole lot of science or special barbecue expert pitmaster knowledge.